Some of you may remember that about 2 years ago or so, I started working on an overhead panel for the X737. The X737 was by EADT. It's still a work in progress. Unfortunately, they never got the aft overhead panel done, and I kind of put things on hold. And then a number of people said, why don't you try to adapt this for the Zibo 737 for X-plane? And that seemed like a good idea. So I started working on it. Of course, most of the graphics were done. I had to recode for the data refs. And it took a little while, but I've slowly but surely made progress. And I wanted to give you an update on that and show you what I'm hoping to do. Now, I had purchased a 42-inch monitor, which would give me a decent size. You can see for comparison, there's my hand, so that it would be could be used with touch control and Air Manager. So I also mentioned in my video I was going to look for a touch screen frame. So I did get an IR touchscreen frame, and I've temporarily mounted it here on the monitor using some painter's tape, just temporarily. I've ordered a piece of polycarbonate Lexan that I'm going to mount somehow on here, yet to be determined, and then attach the frame on there so that I can put this up on an overhead and have it operate like you would, and it'll give us the ability to do everything that you would do on a hardware overhead panel. Now, this is a touch monitor, so it gives us the capability of doing things like touching switches and turning them on. We can start the APU by tapping it and holding it, and you can see as I hold it, there's the low oil pressure light. I'll just hold it till it starts, give it plenty of time here. It should start up here. If I held it long enough. There it goes, there's the EGT rising. You can see that knobs can be controlled too. Here, I'll touch the, if I touch it, I get the highlighting, and I can move with my finger, I can move things around. Things like the pressure dials, I can grab those and set those. So when this is mounted overhead, we can do everything we need to do. I'm going to do an overheat test. We can also press and hold buttons. Oops. I'm trying to look it through my phone and do this, and I don't have the good sense of the distance, of depth perception. Of course, some of these double switches, like you see here, the way these are set up, or at least right now, is you tap it on the side you want it to move to, and it moves one. Each tap moves it one in that direction. So I'll tap on the right. You can see it'll go back to the center. This monitor is not well calibrated. Once I get it permanently mounted, I'm sure it'll be much better. Now, the guarded switches, the way they work, like the emergency exit lights here, you tap the guard and it pops up, and then you can control the switch. If you can get that to show up by tapping in just the right spot, touch the cover and it pops back down. Again, hydraulics, we can turn those off. Back on. I would really love to have a big capacitive touch screen, which would be super accurate, but they're quite expensive, about $2,500. I was able to put this arrangement together for under $300, so it does work. It's a little touchy. So that gives you an idea what's involved. I think the panel looks pretty good. We'll see how it can operate when it's actually mounted over top. But stand by on the channel. I'll be updating as I go a little further. Once I get this permanently mounted, I'll see what kind of results I can get. And I got a little fine tuning to do, but basically it works pretty well. Yeah, the coating of Zibo is pretty good, all in all. I'll show you. For example, when I turn off the battery, all the LEDs go off. Sometimes I've had to code all that, but it pretty much everything dies just as soon as that goes off. So no need to even tie into the electrical system. Everything comes back on there. Okay, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some more in the future on this. Thanks a lot.